It looks like a stump, but I feel it was close. What do you want to see in here? Like, is there specific in your mind aspect of Dota 2? Why you want this to be analyzed? Also, I'm sorry, but if you don't, it's fine. If you'll be asking me questions, I actually appreciate if someone will ask me questions about the game. And please don't say that you're trash and everything.
Prepare for battle.
There's no people that started playing this game really good. Everyone is trash at some point. It's just everyone is stupid basically. It's just a matter of experience and then matter of commitment to yourself if you're going to commit the same mistakes over and over. You know? So let me see it here. What's your rank? Candy Crush Dota. Archon 4. Let me put it in here. Archon 4. Archon 4. Maybe if you could, what you call this? Make a Reddit post that I'm doing replay analysis right now. That would be nice, Poodles. So people will be watching this. I mean, if I'm gonna do it, maybe I'll be messaged by the moderators again for advertising so much. I feel my general gameplay is terrible. I have no idea what to do. So let's get started in here. Laning wise, possibly you're going to play against Spectre and Silencer. And you're gonna play with Rubik. The Knight. Nice. Rubik and Axe.
30 seconds to battle.
Their lane is actually weaker compared to you, and I can see you rushing the Vanguard in here. Only swapping stick and ring. Any advice? Magic stick over ring of protection? I think the ring is actually fine because most of the strength heroes does have low armor. If you're going for magic stick, it's not gonna achieve much. Think about it this way. Magic stick. You will only get charges if the enemy will use spells. 15 health, 15 mana per charge. But look about their hero. This guy can only use spells for like every 22 seconds. And 130 mana. So basically he can only use the Spectral Dagger one more time. Okay, so that's one charges. That's basically 2 charges because he has Enchanted Mango. 2 charges. This guy is the one that can spam spells, but his mana pool is not the greatest. He will go for sustain, like Tangle and Salve, over mana items. Because that's the support's job, to sustain his laning partner, his carry, right? So why would he go for Mango, Clarkies over Salve and Tangle? And if that's gonna happen, the Magic Stick is not gonna achieve much. Because possibly if you rush the Magic Stick, you will only get like 5 charges at max. While here, Ring of Protection is always going to be helpful all throughout your laning stage. You're tanking Crypt, it's fine. You're tanking right clicks, it's fine. You're tanking Tower, it's fine. You will benefit from the bonus armor. And you're rushing Vanguard, so you don't want to take a lot of damage as well. Placid, deny, seems good. But to me, it's kind of early that you sent your courier in there, in the secret shop right now, because there's a possibility that all this. There's a possibility that you run out of consumables. Holy shit! I don't like this. Let's review it one more time. So here, this is the first wave, right? First wave, and then you are not trying to use this battle hunger to the Spectre. Just use it right now. 50 mana cost, and then your mana will regen slowly. Okay, if you use it to the Spectre right now, Spectre will be forced to either deny a creep or last hit a melee creep, and that way she can only use her Q for last hitting, or she will go near the creep. And if she goes near, you can easily punish the Spectre because you are two heroes. Two heroes versus one. Right click. You know, you'll easily win the battle. The trade. And here, he uses the Arcane Curse, and this is a mistake that you did. You immediately use the Battle Hunger after having the Arcane Curse. So that will really extend the duration of the Arcane Curse on you. Might as well just wait for like 6 seconds. So be careful next time. Classic range, yeah. You shouldn't attack it. You should make the range creep very low so you can deny it like this. Yeah, denied. Nice. It's a guarantee that you will be able to get like faster levels that compared to the Spectre and Silencer. And please don't use it to the Silencer. Okay, don't use it to the Silencer. Let's make a scenario. What if you made the Silencer very low, and you eventually kill the Silencer? What will happen? He will get full HP and mana after he respawned, right? And then possibly he will be able to get his tango or salve in the base. That's what will happen if you keep making the Silencer low, or if you keep killing the Silencer. But what will happen if you keep pressuring the Spectre? What will happen is that you will make the Spectre very low, and possibly you can kill the Spectre. What's the difference? The difference is, if the Spectre will die, he will lose golds and also the lane. The creeps in the lane. Because he needs to respawn for like, what? 12 seconds. And what if the creeps are under tower? Those 12 seconds, it will only, for the tower, it will only take like 2 seconds to kill a creep, like attacking. So those creeps that he will miss, it's golds and experience. Okay? So he don't want to keep buying consumables as well, like Tango or Salve, because he is a carry. He wants an item that will accelerate his farming. For example, Power Treads, Echo Saber. Those are the items that will help him accelerate the farm. Okay? If you keep using your spells, that you will run out of mana, and then you will run out of consumables to the pos 5. The pos 5 is doing his job, and you are not doing your job as an offlaner. As an offlaner or a pos 4, you want to make sure that their carry will miss the timing, will suffer, because their carry will be the one that will eventually win them the game. And the Spectre cannot jungle early on. Okay, so if you starve the Spectre as early as possible, she will not get anything in this lane. Deny. Last set, yeah. Looking good so far. I haven't seen you do the creep aggro, which is another thing that you need to work on. Because if you aggro the creeps, it will go to the range creeps, and then you can easily deny those like this. Like this. The creep is in your range creep. If that continues, the range creep will be low, and then you can eventually deny it. And then the enemy cannot easily contest because the enemy is very weak. If we're having an advantageous lane, is aggro necessary? Yes. Why? I just said it. If you keep aggroing the creeps, it will go naturally to the range creeps, and then the range creeps will give the most amount of golds and experience to the lane. So if you keep denying the range creeps, you will out experience them, out level them, and they need to try harder to last at the range creep, like Spectre committing, like going in. And it's gonna be hard for the Spectre to trade hits, because if he fights you back, the melee creeps that he bypassed will attack him. Okay, so that's the benefit of the creep aggro, which is kind of advanced actually. If you notice pro games or pro matches, they really abuse every little mechanic in there, and then you're tanking, so you need to be aggro. You need to be aggro trips, but didn't happen. So you get low from 800 to 200 in a short period of time because you're tanking the tower. So yeah, aggro is really a problem. Aggro needs to be improved on you. Spectre is gonna die. You should just close the distance and then let your axe spin. See it right here. There are times that you don't actually need to right click because your right click is only 61 damage and your counter helix is 100, which is pure damage. Okay, if you just right click, if the enemy has high armor, it will be lesser. Okay, so here at this point, I actually want you to just run the Spectre down. It has the same concept with the Juggernaut here. If you just run with the Spectre, this spin will kill the Spectre and possibly will hit the Silencer. So you don't need to commit that extra second in there. After killing the Spectre, you could actually go in here. You are going to save like 1 second in there. You're going to save 1 second to the Spectre, and possibly you can go on the Silencer. What if I don't spin though? If you don't spin, you can still right click. But the main idea is you make an advanced movement. You know, you advance, you attack, and then advance again. And then you should actually go take this. I don't know why you're not taking it. You should take this. You're gonna dive under tower, that's for sure. Take this. Your Rubik is actually right about it. And then here, you can actually take it here. Okay? Take it here. Because there's no point of you being content to just farming this. This is inefficient. Because you can drag it in here and then spin together, kill them both. Large camp, full wave. Now you're just going to stand in there. What you're gonna do in here, standing it, you know, you're gonna actually take this one. All right, this is slow farming. You're not abusing it. Even if you drag it right here, your enemy cannot do anything about it because the Spectre will be busy in the lane or in the tower. Spectre don't want to lose any gold in there.
I almost feel bad.
Vanguard, boots, yeah. Here, drag it again one more time, and then the small camp. You really need to start doing that shit. Why are you afraid of them? Look what you're doing, right? Imagine if you already take this camp. If you already take this camp, this wave that you are getting, you can actually go in here, farm it in here. Okay, farm it in here. If you already cleared this one. So yeah, farm it in here or here. Now, the Spirit Breaker came and you're afraid.
That should help.
I need to have it on ×2 speed. Look at him. Look at them. Even if you're alone, they can really mess up with you. That's how strong your axe is at the moment. So you really need to abuse it. Okay, like this. Drag it to the large camp. Nice. Farm. What's your next item? Maybe Blink Dagger. And please, you need to kill the courier died because of range break. And it's a fucking hit and run. He went back to the lane after. Blink, yeah, Blink is nice. And you kill the Spectre. So yeah, here. You should go in here. I mean, if you go in here, is there anything that the enemy can do about it? Nothing, right? Earlier, there are 3. They got nothing. So you need to continue those things. And possibly you're going to drag it in here. Yeah. This is really inefficient, bro. Really inefficient. Possibly you'll get your blink dagger for like 12 minutes, 13 minutes if things continue. But if you're having this kind of a good game, possibly you'll get it for like 12 or 11 minutes if you are going to do those things that I've mentioned. You just need to consider about what are the heroes that can actually kill you. Spirit Breaker naturally cannot kill you. TA can go in there, but even here you can just TP out. I don't know why you're not TPing. Whoa. You just died. Alright. Remember the enemy lineup. What is the only thing that can kill you in here? I was afraid SB was charging. Yeah, I guess it's kind of late realization from you that the Spirit Breaker is actually in the bottom, and then they're fighting. If you realize it, maybe you can just TP out confidently, right? The enemy don't have any stun or way of canceling your TP. Okay, they don't have a way of canceling it. Only Spirit Breaker. What do you do in this scenario? Look in the minimap more? I mean, how often do you look in the minimap? Because me, I always look at like every second. So I will look in my hero, I will look in the minimap, I will look in my hero. Repeat the process over and over again, and then, until it's become a habit. You're dying unnecessarily. Despite having a good game, you're feeding. And you TP'd in here without any real purpose. You can just walk. See it right here? You TP'd to the top, and then you got nothing in the top, and then you decided to go here. What if you just walk from the base and then go here? It's gonna be the same, right? And then you save your TP. So this is another thing that you need to work on. Usage of TP. Where should I have TP? No, you cannot TP anywhere else. Because the lane is being pushed in here. The lane is being pushed in here, and then here. There's no creeps for you to take if you are going to TP to a lane. So just walk. So this is the things that you need to consider before TPing. First, is there anything that you are going to miss, like creeps? If you're going to farm creeps in your tower, it's fine, okay? If the creeps are in your tower, you should TP and take the farm. It's fine. Another thing is if the enemy is diving if the enemy is diving your team, that's the time that you should TP, because it's a dive. You can punish them by outnumbering them. That's another thing. And if you don't meet those two things, just walk. Just walk in the lane. Because if you TP to the top lane, it means you're trapped. And the enemy will know that you're trapped in there for like 80 seconds. If you TP to the top lane, it's so easy to predict where you're gonna be. You can only go to the tower, or you can only go back to mid. Those are the only options that you can take if you TP to the top lane. Okay? If you TP to the mid lane, you can only go to the bottom or mid. But the fact remains that you TP'd, and you will not be able to help your team for the next 80 seconds if the enemy will dive on your tower. So yeah, you got your blink now. Farming blink? I mean, if that's me, I will not go and farm. I will make things happen. I will really make things happen. Like this. Nice. TP? Nice. Higher tempo. Mana regen. Yeah, don't go on Bristleback, you don't have enough damage. Go on TA. Nice. Slug is on his way. Blink. Nice. Nice kills. Blink in again. Oh, I get caught. Falling. Nice.
Axe does not actually cry.
That's really nice.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. The dire structures cannot be.
I mean,
Dire's middle tower
in
is
this
under
game,
attack.
Blade Mill is actually not a good item. I actually like the idea of going for Manta Style in this game. Because Manta Style will really help you dispel the silences from the silencer. And then the slow, and then the meld, and then also confusion for the Spirit Breaker. And it will help you deal more damage and scale really well. So Manta Style is really nice. And look at Spectre. She actually came back. You should kill her. Why are you so afraid? You know that the Spectre will just go. This is gonna farm. Just keep chasing. The item, neutral item, is gonna be gone. The enemy will take it. We're gonna die. Thing is, I couldn't get my Slark to come with me, and my supports don't exactly do damage. Here, let's review the game one more time. So here, the moment that you actually failed to get on top of the Spectre, it's actually the time for you to call it off. Let's not proceed, you know, let's not fight in here because the enemy is ready. And look at your map. Look at your map. Okay, Luna is in here, finishing his Manta Style. Slug is in here, finishing his Shadow Blade. And look at this, Warlock is securing the crypts in here. So there's a lot of reason why your team don't want to play in there, and then there's a lot of reason for the enemy dire side to punish your greed in here. Okay. So I can actually understand why your Slark don't want to come with you right now. Same thing with Luna, and same thing for Warlock, because those creeps that he has in there under tower, those are actually golden opportunity for supports to farm their items, like Force Staff, Glimmer, Ghost Scepter, whatever it may be. So yeah, this is what I'm talking about. They charge, that means it's warded, and you don't need to commit like this. Loba Salad, Spectre, Silencer, 3 versus 2, and all of a sudden you're losing the team fight because you are outnumbered and you still want to fight. I guess you're not looking in the minimap. That's the only reason that I could think of. Because if you're looking in the minimap, this fight will not happen. You basically baited your whole team in this fight. Unnecessary fight. Why I said unnecessary? Because if you actually killed someone in here, let's say the Spectre, you cannot get any objective after that. You cannot push the tower. You cannot push the tower, or you cannot take Roche. So it's very unnecessary. You don't need to force things just because you're strong. You need to play as a team.
That's for me.
So this is a setback actually, and you forced it. You baited your whole team. Although the Slark is actually in here, but imagine if you are with him. If you're with the Slark, you can easily get those kills. Possibly the Slark is going to die. But if you're in there, that Slark will not get that low. How do I get my team to make plays, especially since Luna and Slark were arguing entire game? If you want to make your team play around you, you need to check them out as well. Like what I mentioned, the Slark is finishing his Shadow Blade before you even go. Okay? Basically, the Slark is not ready to fight. On the other hand, your Axe is ready to fight. No argument in there, because you have your Vanguard, you have your Blink. You are really ready to fight. But again, your team is not ready to fight. So you need to ask your team, are you ready to fight with us? Or have a look for yourself. Look at the Slark's progress, look at this Luna, and if you know their items, if you know how much golds they need to finish their items, that will give you the answer to your question. If they're arguing, maybe that's because of, you know, they're not ready yet to fight. And then you're forcing things to happen, which is not really nice. Just do it naturally, okay? If they got their items like Shadow Blade Manta style, they will naturally play together, fight together. But if they need like 200 gold from their items, you're going to force fights. And the result is gonna be bad, and possibly they will blame you for making those calls, which is not really good. So yeah, we got ages, and now you are farming. So you should be playing around your team now, especially with this Luna. If Luna is ready right now because of the ages and his items, so play around her. Rubik died. Flag bottom. By the way, I saw your perspective, and you're actually aware that this is warded, or possibly the enemy has vision in here, right? And then you're really forcing the fight because the Slark is playing bottom. You know that this area is warded. You're playing under their vision. Okay, you're playing under their vision, and then it's gonna be easier for them to fight you off. Our Luna was ready, but our Slark refused to join us. That's the problem now. I think one of the reasons for that is you don't have vision, and the enemy has vision on you. And you're going to die in here. Yeah, you're dead. Remember what I told you when it comes to the TPs? So here, if there's nothing to be done, don't just TP immediately. You're basically announcing that, hey, I TP to top, I'm trapped in here. Kill me. Like here, you showed up. You just respawn, you TP, and you're trapped in here. You're dead. Luna is respawning, your team is showing in the mid lane. And the enemy is not afraid to go over, because they know that your team is in the mid lane. Luna just respawn, TP, and your Slark is in here. Just walk. If you just walk in here, it's fine. You're not going to lose anything. It's only tier 1 and then it's 23 minutes into the game. You need to learn those things. If you didn't TP in there, you will not die. And then the enemy will be afraid to actually push because they cannot see you. And possibly the team is going to be with you when you walk in there. So that's one of the reasons why you lose the game. The enemy is playing as a team, and you guys are not playing as a team. And it seems like you're tilted now because you are not paying attention to the minimap. You've been TPing and throwing, dying alone. It's fine if they don't have global silence, but they have global silence. Is it like late for you? Oh my god, I'm here, and you're like, the fuck? It's almost 3 AM in here, Dr. Seuss. So it's not actually that late. I mean, since I'm on a vacation, it's like I can sleep in like 5 or 6 AM. So yeah, they hated each other here. Axe. I think the game is over at this point. I think the game is over at this point because you guys are fighting against each other while the enemy is playing together. Look at here, crafts. 20. Yeah, I think that the game is already done at this point. There's no more comeback in here. Like you even miss the call in here, and that will add to the frustration of the team. And tada, you are dying, you're losing, and you are going to proceed to lose more in the fight because your supports is dead, and you still want to go. You should wait for the supports. I mean, good thing the enemy is died instead of pushing. Do you have any questions to me though? Just want to know if you have any questions. Because we can summarize this game
Radiant's
now.
middle
If
barracks
we don't
have
have.
fallen. Pity. They were nice rats.
Blessings upon a loyal
Who's the mid
warrior.
for this game? Who knows, Lord? I mean, does it really matter? The important thing is that he lose the mid lane. It's actually slight. Based on the roles. And then, it's TA, you know? TA is really strong in the mid. I guess you don't have any question to me regarding the analysis. I feel that if we have an active mid, we could have won this game. That's partially correct. That's actually partially correct to me. But the problem still exists. Even if you have, let's say, Puck, Ember Spirit, or anyone that is active on the map, but if you're going to play like this, like what happened in this game, like you and Rubik is trying to force the fight, even though your team is all over the map, you're still gonna lose because you're not playing together, and then you're playing under the enemy's vision and then under his territory. They can easily TP to the outpost, TP to the tower, and then turn around by outnumbering you. Okay, so I don't think I don't think hero do actually matter in this kind of game. I mean, based on the situation that happened in here, right? Because the biggest mistake that you committed in here is that you are forcing the fight so much that it actually backfired because you are getting outnumbered. What do I do when there's nothing happening on the map but Luna takes all up the farm? Well, if that's gonna happen, you just need to I'll give you an example. So here, let's say the Luna is just farming in here, nothing is happening, right? Let's say Luna is farming the triangle. So the best thing that you can do is actually hide or prevent the enemy into going to the Luna, right? Because you already completed your item, especially the Blink Dagger. So what will happen if you're not showing on the map, you're hiding in there, and then you're just making the Luna safe by standing in here? Because if the enemy will try to walk in here, you will, if they smoke together, you will be able to pop their smoke, and then you can turn around. Okay, and another thing is that if you're missing on the map, the enemy will be afraid to show in the lane, bottom, mid, top. They will be afraid to actually show up because they know that you are missing. You can always blink in at any given time. That's the importance of those things. If you're just hiding your presence, you're a threat already with a Blink Dagger. Okay, one Blink Dagger, one follow up, they will die. So if the slug will show to the bottom and then you are not showing on the map, they will be afraid to go to bottom because possibly you are just hiding behind the slug. Same thing can be applied if Warlock is showing to the top lane, farming the creeps, and then you're hiding. If they go on the Warlock, they might regret it because you are ready. The way I saw it, it was even if I babysat Luna, this game was a ticking time bomb. No matter how farm Luna is, very. Yeah, I kind of agree to that one, but we should not take, or I guess it's kind of extreme because you guys took the Aegis, right? And then the Spectre has a very high cooldown, which is 140 seconds. And if you have Aegis and an Eclipse, you can easily play together as a team. But you miss the timing because you guys walked blindly. Or you tried to fight under their vision, which is game throwing. And then it's 4 versus 5. And then they have big spells. Global, Hunt, and even Psionic Traps in the area that can easily scout you. So your statement is kind of true, actually. How do I come back at this point? It still feel like you just need to wait for them to throw the game. Like if they're going to dive under your tower, that's perfect. That's the best case scenario for you. If they're going to dive under tower, like what happened earlier, that's gonna give you a bigger chance into winning the fight. Like here, if they're going to play in a tier 4 and everyone is up, you can easily kill them. But yeah, I guess at this point you already gave up. So I think the best example in here is here when they are taking the mid racks. Here, even though you don't have any supports, at this point, since the enemy is actually diving, you manage to get a good call. It's actually 4 versus 3 at this point. You manage to get a good call, but the Slark is kind of weird. Like, he still kept trying. And then Luna managed, it's 2 for 2, and it's still a big win for you guys, because look at the golds that you got in here. They're really ahead. You still managed to get gold, okay? And then they're diving. Forgive this mount. I'm gonna play him prone. Yeah, it's fine. Understandable. So I'm going to end this replay because there's nothing more that we can learn from here. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Let me know if you have any questions. How should I have shut down TA Spectre once I got Blink? Especially when Slark is not with me. What happened in this game is that you are calling the Slark to play with you, right? But how about you play for Slark? Because the mind setting is really different, okay? Possibly the Slark is don't like you anymore because you want him to stop farming just for you to achieve those ganks. It's not gonna happen. He's a core, but it's gonna be different if he is farming bottom and then you are playing behind him and hiding. But what happened in here is that you want to farm as well. So yeah. You need to activate your core rather than force your core to do something on the map. It's a totally different scenario. Like, I know it's not seen in the video, but Slark and Luna raged at each other entire game. Luna meta Slark for, yeah, bad pick, yeah. Until Silver Edge. I mean, Silver Edge and Slark is really nice. Especially that the enemy has, like, 2 great passives. Spectre, Bristleback. And then you can easily when it comes to the gank of the enemy, it's actually really hard for them to execute because you can always TP if the Spirit Breaker is not there. You can always TP. You can always survive. So I cannot blame the Slug for playing like that. It's actually nice gameplay or plan. Any general last tips you have? If we're going to play offlane, once you are activated, in case of the axe or of your axe, you are fully activated or enabled when you have or when you got the Vanguard and then Blink. But for some reason you want to farm more for the Yasha or Manta style. Naturally you can farm it by killing the heroes. So what I suggest is play around your cores and your supports. Okay? you realize that you don't have enough damage whenever you are making the calls. Blink call. You don't have enough damage. So might as well play around your core. Like enable them. Instead of you being the one that is, being enabled. You're not going to win the game anyway. Because you're an offline axe. Your job is to create space. How can you create space if you keep dying and throwing your lead, right? So yeah. And please check the items of your team. Always check the items of your team and look around the map. If you always check the items, you will know if they're ready or not. If you always look in the minimap, you will know if they're ganking you or not. You can push the limits on your hero based on the number of heroes that they have showing on the map as well. So yeah. I mainly play offlane and then support, by the way. So I really want to invite you to keep watching the stream. And yeah, I always I'm gonna do replay analysis like in a weekly basis. So might as well take advantage of it since it's free. All right, thank you for your time as well, and just let me know, like, give me a feedback, what happened after the replay analysis, if that helped you improve further, and if you can bring the word to your friends, like I'm doing coaching thing, that will be perfect. Spread the word, basically. Thank you.